going on, guys? In today's video, we are going to try to install the fuel cell. We actually have that inside. We've done a previous video on showing you what that looks like. In the last video, you may have seen that we actually uninstalled the factory fuel tank. We got that taken care of. Now, the next step is to try to install the fuel cell. I've always liked Radium Engineering parts. I think the very first part that I ever seen from Radium Engineering was actually a fuel rail, which I actually did end up ordering. I was so excited whenever I got that rail. Radium Engineering just has very, very high quality parts. Not sponsored by any means, but definitely would accept that sponsor if they decided to give me a call. But I decided I wanted to go ahead and get their fuel system. I think that they have one of the best in-tank surge systems out there that I could provide. So I actually did end up buying their 14-gallon radium fuel cell with the dual pump hanger and the lift pump. So it actually has a sump in there that picks up the fuel and a lift pump that actually puts it in there. My plan is to try to do zero cutting on this build. My plan is to try to put it in the trunk, but try to not cut anything if I don't have to. I'm gonna try to kind of work things out and try to do something to where even if y'all ended up ordering this pump and y'all don't have very much fabrication skills, just like I don't have that very much fabrication skills, or really any fabrication skills at all, then you could do something like this without it costing you an arm and leg just to install. So pretty much, as you can see, the spare tire area on an IS300 is kind of strange in the fact that it's kind of squarish. So I was going to try to do as much as I can to avoid cutting this area and put it here and then lay the carpet over the top of it. So you would see all the Radium Engineering stuff, but it wouldn't be crazy. I have made a box, and my box is perfect. No matter what people say, my box is perfect.
No, when we first started it, no.
No, this box is perfect.
Sorry,
so this box is basically a representation of how big the fuel cell is. We actually slid the fuel cell in it, so this is just ever so bigger than the fuel cell. So just as a mock-up, you can see how close it is, even without doing any kind of cutting, hitting, anything like that. Basically, there's just a few spots on this side. That's pretty much right on that lip. It is really, really close. Basically, I have that one corner that needs to kind of get hit all the way in, and then let's see if it'll stay. On this side, there's this hump that they put in there, right there, and I mean it's literally barely touching that. So that needs to be punched in quite a bit, but still not as bad as most. So really shouldn't take a whole lot to get this thing set in there. Just a few whacks with a hammer and should drop in. So see what we can do.
So all of that
really isn't too bad. It's pretty freaking close on its own without even really doing too much. So let's see. Maybe I should get a marker, you think?
Yeah.
And just like mark the spots. just hit this, then this, that, and then it's still here unless we can scoot it forward some more, then we won't have to hit here as much. That's worse. Yeah, it is worse. Forward's better. Alright, let me see the marker. Where's it at?
Hold on. It fits almost in there perfect.
Yeah.
Almost, just that little fucking
Yeah,
spot.
it's actually the back.
Yeah.
Because it's pushing it like this way, make it want to go crooked.
If you look, it's that right there. Just hammer it in. Hammer it up.
So we got everything done for the most part. Got it laid in here, kind of beat in the walls some. It's not absolutely perfect. We had some splitting between some of the seams that we'll have to patch up. Not a big deal though. I guess there would be two ways that you could to go about this. If you didn't want to do any kind of weld, you could do it this way. But from the actual natural floor of the trunk to the bottom lip of the fuel cell, there will be like a 2.5 inch gap, and you'll actually have to raise the carpet just like this to get it to look flush. Which to me it doesn't look bad, but if you wanted to make it look a little even a little bit much better, you could actually cut out the bottom of the floor and set it in a little bit deeper so that it's got more of a lower profile to it. But in my opinion, it really isn't that bad. So you definitely can put a 14-gallon radium fuel cell in the trunk of an IS without cutting, welding, just knocking some stuff in and playing around with it, trying to get it level. From here, I'm just going to try to get some straps to go along the sides and across, and I actually have the carbon fiber piece to go on top of this, so it'll hide even the straps. So all of this will look really clean, and then we'll run the fuel lines over here to some bulkheads. But yeah, we're pretty much done with the mock-up stage of this. I guess stay tuned for the next video, and we'll try to finalize this, get all the rest of the stuff from the old gas tank, and kind of go from there. Again, if you're liking these videos and you like the stuff that's on the channel between the drifting and everything else, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, share with a friend, and we will see you next time.